Saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Avada Kedavra.
You park in front of your house, I park in front of my house. Hey!
But we're here to learn, so we'll move on.
What's up everyone, it's Adam from FWCI, and this is a bit of a big video, I guess. Still feels kind of surreal that this is live at the moment, but yes, you did read the thumbnail correctly. I am launching a Patreon, have launched a Patreon already. I just wanted to upload a video, explain what's going to be on it, why am I doing it, how's it going to affect the channel and everything like that, so you guys know exactly what's going on with FWCI, etc., and all the reaction content that you love so much. First thing I want to say is that this is going to have a very small impact on the main channel. Everything that goes up on the Patreon is going to be early access, which means it's still going to go up on the main channel as well. So you're not going to miss out on anything. You don't have to subscribe to Patreon to get access to anything. There is a small new thing that I'm trying that's a Patreon exclusive for now, but I'll talk more about that in a moment. But all the regular content that you're used to seeing is still going to be going up on the channel. And the cost for this Patreon is $5 dues. That's $5 Australian, which is only $3.50 US, $6.50 New Zealand. Damn. Sorry to hear that, New Zealand. I knew ours was bad, but yours is even worse. 40 krona if you're in Sweden, 70 pesos, 30 Hong Kong dollars, was it 4 euros? There you go, it's only 4 euros for my people watching in Europe. I don't think I have many. £3.50 UK, $5 Canadian. Hey, Canadian. Hey, Canada, you got the same money as us. Good work. This thing doesn't say how many dong it costs, but hey, you're just gonna have to figure that out in your own Vietnam. But what do you get for your $5 dues? You will get 2 weeks early access to all of my Brooklyn Nine-Nine reactions, 2 weeks early access to all of my Schitt's Creek reactions, 2 weeks early access to all of my Disney and movie reactions, including the Hunger Games series, which is coming up. And you'll also be able to vote in a monthly Patreon poll, which will be to determine what kind of video I watch next. So you'll have a lot more of a say in what you actually see on the channel. And there will be a thread in the Patreon as well, like a Q&A thread. Put your questions in there, anything you want to ask me about, literally anything. And then I'll do a monthly Q&A AMA video on Patreon, which will then go up on the main channel 4 weeks later, as will the Patreon movie requests. So it's 2 weeks in advance if you want to get the regular reaction content, but the Patreon content will go up on the main channel eventually. Again, nothing is going to be Patreon exclusive, with the exception of some full-length movie reactions, which is a new world for me. I don't really watch reaction content like this. I think for me, one of the appeals of a reaction video is you can watch like a 2-hour movie in 40 minutes kind of thing. And I don't know, I don't think I have the time and the setup to watch a reactor watch an entire length movie, let alone a lot of them. So I've never really paid much attention to these full length reaction things, but it's something that I know a lot of people do enjoy. And from now on, all my movie reactions, I'm not going to do it for all the TV shows and everything as well, but for a start, my movie reactions will have a full length version where you need to like queue up your own version. I'll put like a timer on the screen and it should like play all the way through, and you can watch all my reaction with all the imperfections and whatever happens that gets left on the cutting room floor, you'll get to see that. But those full-length ones are the only things that will be Patreon exclusive for now, just because it's a new thing and I'm still kind of learning how to do it. So you get all of that for $5 dues. At the moment, I just made it live yesterday. I've already got 2 Lonely Island reactions up there available to be watched. I've got the first episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 5 up there available to be watched. And I'm about to get ahead with Schitt's Creek as well. But plenty of content on the Patreon already, and there will be plenty of other stuff that goes up there a little bit early. Anything that's not urgent, I will be putting on Patreon 2 weeks early. Anything that's time sensitive, like, I just did The Last of Us. I'm watching Ted Lasso at the moment. I'm, watching Mandalorian, like Ryan George's pitch meetings, stuff like that. Anything that's kind of topical like that will still just go straight out to the main channel. So the main channel's not always going to be 2 weeks behind, but this regular content that I make, reacting to TV shows and movies and stuff like that, that's what you're going to get early access to if you subscribe to Patreon for just $5 dues. So a little bit about me and why I'm actually choosing to do this now. I just hit a milestone subscription target of 10,000 subscribers, so I feel like that's a good sort of excuse to launch a Patreon, but I'm really not that familiar with how Patreons work. I've been subscribed to like one, but that was just so I could get access to like a specific Facebook group. I never really went on the Patreon app and, you know, consumed any content through there. So it's something I've just never really been that involved with in order to make like an informed decision. But I've been speaking to some other reactors who have given me a bit of background, and basically there's two main benefits to it. The first one is it gives me 2 weeks to sort out any copyright issues before things do go live on the main page. So with all this copyright stuff going on at the moment and people's videos getting demonetized and stuff like that, there may be times where I need to take a video down, do an edit, and then re-upload it and see if, you know, the powers that be want to flag something in that. And giving me this extra 2 weeks, I guess, gives me the chance to make sure that by the time it goes up live on the main channel, any of those issues have been figured out. So there's that benefit to it. And the other benefit is it helps me grow my channel. And the only way for me to grow my channel right now is to just get as much revenue as I possibly can, because just in case you weren't aware, I do have a part-time job. I work 3 days a week. I upload videos 7 days a week. So, you know, you do the math on that. I don't use any editors or, you know, channel partners or anything like that. Everything you see on the channel has been done by me. It's all my artistic vision, and that's what really drives me doing this. I love creating the content and I love editing the content as well. Sometimes it can be a long process, I must admit, and the old wrist gets a little bit sore from time to time, but I genuinely enjoy doing that, which is why I'm able to do it 7 days a week, even though I work 3 days as well. So Patreon's a great way to try and increase the revenue but without committing myself to making just more content. Because obviously if I could just make 7 movie reactions a week, then I would be doing pretty good. So I got to do what I can to maximize the revenue, and Patreon's a fantastic way to do that. But again, I don't want to get sucked into a case where I now have to make all this extra Patreon exclusive content, because then I'm just creating more work and more pressure and more deadlines and expectations for myself to meet. And with what I've got going at the moment, and I mean at the moment with Ted Lasso and Mandalorian, I've got 4 TV series all happening at the same time, which that alone is quite a lot. Plus I do a Disney movie every week, and I try and get like some Bruce Stew and some other stuff comes up, like, you know, movie trailers and stuff like that as well. So the workload kind of fluctuates, but there are times where it is just like a hell of a lot. And I do feel like with the fact that I do work, that I'm kind of hitting my maximum output threshold with the amount that I've been doing lately, and I do want to continue to grow the channel. I've got that thirst for it, so that's where Patreon comes in. And other YouTubers I spoke to as well, they said that a lot of people will just want to support you if they believe in the content that you make and they like your personality. There will be people that, even if they're not looking for additional content, that will still just sign up to a Patreon and just become, you know, give me their $3.50 American monthly thing to get early access to, you know, certain content. I thought about that and was like, yeah, I can understand that a little bit more. I shouldn't put so much pressure on myself to be like, how much Patreon content can I put out there? So this whole thing is basically just early access to, you know, some of my more popular content, and it then goes up 2 weeks later on the main channel as normal. And while I'm here just talking about like long-term goals and stuff like that, what my end game is for this, you know, YouTube journey, I hope to become somebody that can interview artistic-minded people about, you know, whatever it is that they do, or even just people that are experts in whatever their particular field is. I love the sport of, not sport, that's the wrong word. I love the art form of interviewing somebody and being able to come up with great questions and being able to, you know, stimulate something in their brain or inspire some kind of, like, you know, very strong memory or story that they want to share. And I really enjoy that aspect of interviewing. I mean, Sean Evans from Hot Ones is a fantastic interviewer. He's definitely somebody that I will be sort of patterning my style after, of like learning interesting, very obscure niche things about people and being able to articulate that in a very fun way during an interview as well. So reactions are great, and but eventually I'm going to want to start to do more non-reaction content, and I know that's always a big pivot in a lot of ways, but if you've been following the channel for a while, you would have known I sprinkle in sketches and stuff throughout a lot of my videos, a lot of my old reaction videos will have sketches and all sorts of stuff on there. So that's definitely something I'm interested in. I'd like to find a good writing partner to collaborate on some like comedy with as well. So there's a lot of stuff that I plan to try and do, but at the moment doing reactions is just, it's my happy place. Like, I love getting into these TV shows and learning about these new genres, like Schitt's Creek, for example. Because of this channel, it's giving me opportunities to watch stuff like that. The Hunger Games movies, the Harry Potter movies, the Disney movies is probably the biggest example of me getting out of my wheelhouse and watching new stuff. I think rom-coms might be on the horizon though. I like the idea of watching rom-coms. I've heard like all the names of them, but I really couldn't tell you what's going on. I popped my rom-com cherry with Love Actually, which the hell was going on with that movie, man? But enough rambling. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on a Patreon. Do you like when reactors have Patreon accounts? Do you subscribe to any? Are there any that have like benefits and features that you really enjoy? I'd love to get as much feedback as possible from everybody watching this, what you like from Patreon channels, and just your overall general opinion of, what I'm offering as well, and any advice or suggestions that you may have. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for checking this one out. By the way, it's patreon.com/FWCI. That's the name of the one there. I mean, you see the logo on there, it's hard to miss. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.